This tape is presented to Jack Quayle with the compliments of Pye of Cambridge.
This is Manx Radio for happy listening on 91.2 megacycles in the VHF band. This is an outside events broadcast brought to you from the Billown circuit near Castletown in the Isle of Man, where Manx Radio has for the last 2 days been taking recordings of the Southern 100 race meeting, and we're about to bring you the recorded highlights of this meeting held on Wednesday and Thursday. Now, the recording and all the cooperation, we must say thank you very much indeed to Mr. T.H. Colburn, MHK, for his kind permission to bring to you this recording. At the same time, we'd like to record our appreciation and thanks to the members of the Southern Motorcycle Club who have allowed us to be there and to make use of the services of Mr. Jack Quayle, the PA announcer whose voice will be heard on this recording. At the same time, we should also like to record our thanks to Mr. Harold Colburn Jr., who for the last 2 days has been standing at the course in all kinds of weather, making this recording on our behalf. Thank you very much indeed. And from me, John Grierson, I'm going to hand over now to Jack Quayle, whose voice will be heard from now until the end of this recording. Over to you, Jack.
Hello and good evening. This is Jack Quayle welcoming you to the Southern Motorcycle Club's Billown circuit for the opening races of the 1964 Southern 100 meeting. Now, this is the 10th of the series, which started in 1955. That first meeting was an immediate success, and following the 1956 races, the meeting was elevated to national status in 1957. Now, it's a matter of no small pride to all those concerned with the organization of these races that this meeting is now acknowledged by the motorcycling world to be one of the finest and most popular short-circuit meetings in the calendar. Now, for the first event this evening, the 9-lap 250cc race, the practice leaders have included number 25, Bill Smith. Now, Bill Smith needs no introduction from me. From Chester, Bill was to ride a Honda, but has switched to a BMW. Now, Bill Smith has ridden in the Southern 100 every year since the first race in 1955, when he was third in the 250cc class. In 1956, he won the 250cc class and was fourth in the 350cc race. Now, Bill came over again in 1957 and won the 250 again. In 1959, he won the Southern 100 500cc major event, the name event of the meeting. He was second in the 350 and third in the 250 at one meeting. Last year, 1963, Bill Smith won the 125cc race at record speed. There, Bill Smith, a very experienced, well-known rider. He has, incidentally, among his large collection of trophies, no less than a dozen silver TT replicas. Now, Bill has lapped this year in practice on his BMW at 73.5 miles an hour. Another practice leader, Peter Darville, number 10. Now, Peter is an electrical businessman, linesman from Aylesbury in Buckinghamshire. He's riding a Cotton in this 250cc race, and he's lapped in practice at 73.4 miles an hour. Now, Peter Darville has a fantastic racing record, and he should be well up among the leaders this week. He was second in both junior and senior Manx Grand Prix in 1962, and in 1963 won the junior and was second in the senior. He was fourth in the 350 Southern 100 last year. Terry Grotefeld, number 22, a laboratory technician from London, is riding an Air Mackie. Now, Terry's gone round in practice at 73.3 miles an hour, been riding for 6 years, and is a rider to be reckoned with.
Now, 2.5 to 3 minutes to go, and the drivers are absolutely nonchalant. They're on the line in this
sunshine. A 2-minute warning board has gone up. The 2-minute warning board, the board indicating to the drivers and to their mechanics that 2 minutes to go to the start, the opening lap of the opening race, the 250cc 9-lap race, 40 miles of this twisty, wonderful little circuit, Billown circuit, on these acknowledged, some of the best in the world Manx roads. Last minute looks, make sure that everything is ready to go. Now the atmosphere at the start here is beginning to build up. The only people who are unconcerned are the riders. Shortly 1 minute to go, 1 minute 60 seconds to go to the start. 9 laps. And starter and chief timekeeper, Bill Pycraft. Bill Pycraft is on his plinth, on his dais, ready to start. He has the Manx starting flag. He's ready to go. The drivers are, some of them are putting their goggles down. Others are waiting so as not to steam up. It's going to be seconds to go now. And it's quite electric. This is a mass start, of course. This is a mass start race. And an aeroplane just going overhead now. An aeroplane from Ronaldsway just taking off as we are waiting with seconds to go for the start of this 250cc race. And all is quiet here at the start at Castletown. And the flag is up. And it's down and they're away. And Bill Smith out in front, firing and going. All mechanics now, all mechanics will please return to the pits and everybody away as far as I can see from here. That was a fabulous start. As far as I can see, everybody is away.
Hello, Alpha. Hello, Alpha.
All drivers, all riders have gone all the way. A clear, beautiful start. Some little jockeying for position as they left the start, but nothing untoward, no what you could call incidents. And I have been instructed to ask all mechanics to return now to the paddock, please. I've been instructed by the clerk of the course to ask all mechanics to return to the paddock. And that was number 25 from the start here. A marginal, of course, advantage to get away, just a yard or two in advance of the rest of the field, and away to Ballakegan Corner. The riding, now they're at Billown Dip. Now in first place is number 14, A. Dugdale on a Yamaha, followed by number 47. This is at Billown Dip, and very shortly they'll come into view. That's number 14, 47, and then in third place Bill Smith, number 25 on his DMW. That's on lap 1 at Billown Dip. Number 14, 47 and 25 in that order. That's number 14, A. Dugdale on a Yamaha. This chap who has 5 TT replicas to his credit. He comes from Alvanley. And he's in the lead on lap 1. And shortly we expect to see, I can hear them, I can hear the riders coming, approaching a bridge corner. And here they come now. Here they come, you'll hear the roar as they go past. Now then, it was number 14. Now you can listen to the riders as they pass, because you obviously can't hear me. Now at the end of lap 1, number 25, Bill Smith, had come up into second place, and the leader, of course, was number 14, A. Dugdale from Avonlea on his Yamaha, and he was being pursued by number 25, Bill Smith, and in third place, number 47. That is number 47, Warburton, also a 7 silver replica man from the Manx Grand Prix, rider to be reckoned with. And these three are well out and will probably draw ahead of the field as the laps go on. Now this is a rider coming up now at tail ender, number 42. Number 42, Anthony Wall from Morecambe, riding a Greaves, has just gone through at the end of his first lap. And here comes a travelling marshal. These invaluable men who marshal the course. And it's George Costain, who was quite a prominent rider in his day, and he's photographed in your program. Just a little bit of interest, Paul. Just a little bit of interest, number 7, Terry Gribben, a local rider, is now lying in 16th position. Number 7, Terry Gribben from Onken in the Isle of Man, riding a cotton, is now lying in 16th position. Thank you. And on the 4th lap at Billown Dip, it was number 14, 25, and 22. Now with almost 4 of the 9 laps completed, it's still, who has led from the beginning, Alan Dugdale on his Yamaha, leading from 25, Bill Smith. Now number 35, Desmond Evans, who went through the start, appeared to be in trouble, has pulled into the pits. Number 35, Desmond Evans, has pulled into the pits. That's hard luck. Now here comes number 14, I'm sure. Yes, it is. And 25. Number 25 was right behind him. Now number 37 went by there, desperately kicking at his machine. Now number 1, James Woods from Foxtel, a local plumber on a Velocette, is cruising past the start. That's very hard luck. Hard luck, Jim Woods, number 1, and the leaders on the 8th lap are, the leaders on the 8th lap are now through Billown Dip. And would you please, down please, we're waiting the... Now waiting to give the yellow flag to the leader. Number 25, Bill Smith, should heave into view from Castletown Corner over the slide rise through the gap and into view of the grandstand and the timekeepers here, and he will then from the flag marshal receive the yellow flag to tell him that he has completed 8 and is starting his 9th and final lap. And this is him now. That's him. He's gone through to complete 8 laps, and there's number 22, also getting the yellow flag, number 22, Terry Grotfeld, and 47. And it should then be number 54. Now the first 3 are so far ahead of the 4th and following riders that the 4th rider is not even in sight, and number 25, Bill Smith, must be well on his way to Vallerbeg Corner at this time. We're waiting for the 4th place man, number 54 and number 53, and the judges are taking up their position on the finishing line. There's 54, 53, Now 4 riders together here. Now the judges, Sir Rafe Stevenson and Mr. David Lay, are on the finishing line. And here comes Alan Dugdale, who led on the pavement at Billown Dip. The leaders are at Billown Dip on their last lap, number 25, 22 and 47. And the leader for 4 laps, Dugdale, number 14, is pushing past the grandstand. Hard luck there for this boy on his Yamaha. And Bill Smith, number 25, followed by Terry Grotfeld and 47 Warburton, have gone through Billown Dip and should heave into sight the familiar blue fairing of Bill Smith, number 25. Will take the checkered flag. Church Bends. The leader is through Church Bends. The leader, Bill Smith, number 25, has passed through Church Bends on his last lap, his 9th and final lap. And here he comes now. Here comes the leader and winner, Bill Smith, to take the line now. Number 25 has won, and 22. And 47, the first 3 riders have received the checkered flag, and now, as is customary in short circuit racing, all the following riders will be flagged down, will receive the checkered flag. No matter how many laps they've completed, there's so short a space between the finish of one race and the organisation starting up for the second event that all riders will now be flagged off. And it's Bill Smith. Bill Smith the Fabulous, who has taken it again.
Well, this is John Grierson fading in at this particular point, just to say thank you very much, Jack Quayle, for describing the first event in this, the Southern 100 race meeting on the Billown circuit near Castletown. Reminding you that this is Manx Radio bringing you this outside events coverage, and John Grierson handing back now to Jack Quayle for event number 2.
Now you can probably hear the machines as they approach the starting line, the starting grid. Shortly the engines will be cut, the sign will go up, cut engines, and they're being asked to cut their engines now. Cut engines.
250 leaderboard. And these are the finals. First, number 25. With a lap speed
Now drivers are being asked
of at least an average speed
to
of 75.85. Second, number 22, with an average race time of 75.68. Number 47, with an average speed of 75.38. Number 10, with an average speed of 73.87. Number 54, with an average speed of 73.82. Correction, 80.
Now then, here's a very, very important announcement. Number 25, Bill Smith, who won the 250cc event, completed a few minutes ago, will not be riding in the 350cc race about to start. Now that's hard luck. He has injured his hand and will not be starting. That's Bill Smith. Number 25 is an additional non-starter. Now that's very hard luck. We expected big things, doubles maybe, but he will not now be starting. Number 25, Bill Smith. Now on the starting line we have number 14, David Williams, who had the hard luck to walk past us in the first race, the 250cc. He looks a little bit happier now.
Solid bag, kilo, and there's 1 minute to go. The 1 minute board is up.
1 minute to go. Also on the starting line, Peter Darville, number 12, number 7, Albert Reed, and number 51, Billy Nelson on the front rank. Now seconds to go now. Again, starter, chief timekeeper Bill Pycraft in charge. Now we're waiting 18 laps this. Tense, everybody poised.
The timekeeper is on his
And the flag is
flag's
up and down
They
and
are.
down, and it's number 14 and 51. And as they go.
Controller stand by,
Now everybody away, a desperate start that. Everybody away cleanly. Again some dodging about. Everybody away but number 36, LJ Spivey, who has now got away. David Williams had a poor start. David Williams, number 14 on an AJS, had quite a poor start, but he's got away, and everybody away to Ballackagan, the right-hander, a few hundred yards from the start, where the sun is reputed to be quite hazardous for riders as they approach. The setting sun is looking straight at them, And here am I waxing lyrical about the sunshine in the west, but nevertheless the riders will be away towards the Iron Gate and Ballabeg Corner, and I can hear them as they go away and change right down to the walking pace Ballabeg Corner, and then along the back down into this hazardous, and I've just been told that one rider has not got away yet. I don't know what number, I don't know who it is. Now, I'm probably going into the pits to change a plug, but we'll let you know more later if we get any news. Ninth lap, the leaders are through Billown, and here he comes, the leader coming now. Number 14, David Williams, has gone through at the end of lap 9, half distance gone. Now here he comes, number 14, 11th lap. David Williams, number 14 on his AJS, has completed 11 laps. And the second place man, Derek Woodman, number 34, has not yet come through. And here he comes now, 34. And in third place should be number 12. Peter Darville should be the next man we see through the start on the, having completed 11 laps. Now at the end of lap 14, it was 14 who has been reported as, and he comes now to finish lap 50. No, he does not, no. I'm sorry. A rider with it, and here he comes now, number 14, having completed 15 laps. David Williams. I got a little bit confused there. It was a rider with a similar shape and similar colour on his fairing who went through. David Williams has gone through, having completed 15 laps, and he's now on his 16th lap, and when we see him again he'll have 2 laps to do. Now we're waiting for 34, who is they're going through. Number 34, Derek Woodman. And either Williams is slowing down or Woodman is going a little bit faster, because now only 22 seconds separate. And travelling Marshal George Costain returning to the start. And now only 22 seconds between the first and second men. That is, the lead has been reduced by some 6 seconds in 2 laps. And the next time, incidentally, for those of you at the grandstand, the next time we see the leaders, especially the leader, number 14, David Williams, when he goes through the start, he will receive the yellow flag. And Peter Darville, while I was talking, Peter Darville, number 12, in third place, went through to complete his 16 laps. The next time, as I say, we see number 14, David Williams, he'll receive the yellow flag to indicate that he's starting his 18th and final lap. And here he comes now to start his last lap. David Williams, well out ahead, nobody else in sight at this moment. Number 34 should the next man to take the yellow flag will be number 34. Number 34, Derek Woodman. And three riders approaching together here. And here he comes! Derek Woodman! Number 34, we're waiting now for number 12. Derek Woodman almost had us by surprise there in a group of three riders, but and number 12 is the third man. Number 12, Peter Darville. Now everybody looking expectantly from the start here, at any rate, up the road towards Castletown Corner, where we're waiting for David Williams to take the checkered flag. And here he comes, David Williams. David Williams is there. He was right behind, following another rider. But we got him. That's a magnificent ride. Wonderful effort by number 14. This fantastic David Williams riding an AJS. David from Leighton Buzzard. A beautifully judged race. 34, second place man. Derek Woodman. Derek Woodman is also home and happy. 26 seconds unofficially between the first and second place man. We're waiting for third place man Peter Darville, number 12. In third place should be number 12, Peter Darville from Aylesbury on his AJS. And all riders, of course, now after the leader, all riders, irrespective of their positions or the number of laps they have completed, are being flagged off the course. All riders are receiving the checkered flag, but that, of course, does not indicate their position on the leaderboard. We're waiting for number 12 to take the checkered flag. We're waiting for Peter Darville, number 12, who I've no doubt will have some idea. He's probably had a signal from his pet people. He'll have an idea of his position, but he won't know until he gets home exactly where he lies. But here he comes now, number 12. Wonderful ride from Peter Darville. Very, very creditable third position. And it should be number 20, Keith Heckles. And there he is. And unofficially, of course, the first six place men by number at the end of this 18-lap 350cc event. Number 14, David Williams on an AJS. In second place, number 34, Derek Woodman from Blackpool, also on an AJS. In third position, number Peter Darville from Aylesbury, again an AJS. It's wonderful to see British machines out in front.
This is John Grierson cutting into this stage and cutting off Jack Quayle. Thank you very much, Jack, for your descriptions of the 250 and the 350 events down here at the Billown Circuit in Castletown. These events, brought to you over Manx Radio, come with the cooperation of Mr. T.H. Coburn. This is to remind you that this is Manx Radio for happy listening on 91.2 megacycles in the VHF band. This is an outside events coverage, and just to let you know that in the course of editing these tapes we have discovered there is so much of tremendous value and interest to you that we shall be repeating a broadcast tomorrow evening at the same time between 6 and 7 to allow you to hear the total of what went on down at Castletown. So at this stage in the editing of the tape, John Grierson handing back to Jack Quayle because we're about to start the 125cc event on the Billown Circuit in Castletown.
This is Jack Quayle at the start, welcoming you to the 10th Southern 100 meeting. Conditions around the course are at the moment quite good, but the rain is hovering about. It's fairly windy, but with a better luck and the enthusiastic organisation of the Southern Club members, everybody is in good form and we hope for a good afternoon's racing. Now our setup here, as in previous years, we are situated in front of the timekeeper's box right at the start on the Castletown bypass, at the start and finish line on the starting finishing straight as the riders come from the last right-hand bend on this 4.4 mile course. Now this afternoon's racing. The first on the program is the 125cc event over 6 laps of this 4.4 mile course. It's a total distance of about 26.5 miles, and the practice leaders have included the following riders. By number, Bill Smith, who is number 15. Bill Smith, of course, needs no introduction. Bill comes from Chester and will ride a Honda. He's ridden in the Southern 100 here on this course every year since the first race in 1955, when he was third in the 250cc class. The following year, in 1956, he won the 250cc race and was fourth in the 350. Again won the 250 in 1957, and in 1959 he won the Southern 100 major event, the 500cc, a race from which the meeting takes its name. He was second in the 350 and third in the 250. Bill Smith won the 125. Bill Smith won the 125cc race last year at a record speed of 74.21 miles an hour on a Honda. Of course, he won the opening race of this meeting, that is the 250cc race yesterday evening on a DMW, but because of a hand injury, he was unable to start in the 350cc racing. We're not quite sure whether he will be racing this afternoon. We hope so. I've had no information about Bill Smith as yet. He was unable to start in the 350cc race yesterday evening after a brilliant win in the first event, the 250cc race, so we await with some anxiety news of Bill Smith. Another leader in practices, number 43, Gary Dickinson from Formby in Liverpool, who is also riding a Honda. Gary is, of course, the 1962 winner on a Ducati. He averaged 69.57 miles an hour for the race. Gary Dickinson, a most experienced, popular rider, has had an enormous amount of success, including brilliant rides in the TT. Gary holds the 125cc lap record set up last year when he went round in 3 minutes 23.8 seconds at 75.07 mile an hour on a Honda. All mechanics back to the paddock, please. Will mechanics please return to the paddock? And unfortunately, number 7 did not get away. Number 7 did not start. And presumably, if he comes through now from where he was stopped on his lap of pageantry, he will receive the black flag, indicating to him that he must return to the pits and must not take any part in the racing. It's a condition of the ride that you must start at the proper place. Unfortunately, otherwise he could crack on, I suppose. But that's Michael Bell, number 7, who stopped. Unfortunately, hard luck after coming all this way and doing your practicing, getting a machine ready, going round on your lap of pageantry, and then halfway around having to stop to make repairs and missing the start. That's a desperately hard thing to happen to anybody, and it's happened to Michael Bell, number 7, a salesman from Essex riding an NSU, and if he does get going and appears anywhere on the road, he'll be black flagged and told to get off the course. Now the riders have gone away and everybody got a start, but poor old Gary Dickinson, number 43, who was on the front row of the starting grid, had a very poor start. Diminutive Gary, a small but very gallant, determined rider, a very slightly built chap who has had to wear weights in the TT in order to qualify. Got a poor start, but I've no doubt that his skill, determination and sheer guts will make up for that within a very short time. Now the riders will have gone through Ballabeg and will be charging around the back of the course through Ballawhetstone and then along Doughty's Folly to Billown Bends, where they'll reach quite high speeds, and then they have gone through the Iron Gate, and at the Iron Gate it was number 15, Bill Smith in the lead from number 9 and 39. Third lap at Billown. Number 15, Bill Smith, still in the lead, and Gary Dickinson, number 43, has come up into second place. Now there's one right up from well behind at the start. Gary Dickinson, number 43, is now lying in second position, and number 39 is in third place. Number 39, John Evans, who's here for the first time and had such bad luck yesterday evening, is in third place in any case at this 1-2-5 race. And when Bill Smith comes through, when the leaders come through, the end of the 3 laps, they will have completed half distance. This is a 6-lap race, 6 laps of this 4.4 miles long Billown circuit. Number 28, Bill Griffith of Sale on a BSA, going through very handily, but obviously hasn't a hope of catching the leaders. He's having a good time, and it's to give these riders a good time that we are in business. Number 43, we presume, is still in the lead, and at Billown it is still number 43 on lap 4. Gary Dickinson from number 15. And my information is that the gap is widening. Gary Dickinson is increasing his lead over Bill Smith, number 15, who's in second place, and number 39 is still holding third position. Now we expect any moment to see number 43 come over the slight rise. And he will then have completed 2/3 of the distance. That's Gary Dickinson, number 43. Gary Dickinson, who of course holds the lap record which he set up last year in 1963 at 75.07. And 15 is there. Oh, my goodness. This is really exciting stuff. Number 15. 2/3 of the distance gone. Now, as they came through the start here, to start their final lap, Bill Smith looked over his right shoulder, nodded to Gary Dickinson, who's right in behind him. And quickly, by number only, at the end of lap 5. I haven't had time to do this for you before. It's number 15, 43, 39, 16, 46, 11 and 9. Now number 15 from 43, 39, 16, 46, 11 and 9. At the end of lap 5. Lap 5 and starting their 6th and final lap of this 4.4 mile, very tricky but delightful to the riders, I'm sure, of Billown Circuit. The weather is not particularly good. We are feeling spots of rain here at the start. We're hoping it keeps off because our cover is something less than adequate, but we'll manage. Number 32. Now a rider approaching well over to the left-hand side of the road, number 31. Number 31, Jay Smith, one of the tail enders on a Bultaco from London, enjoying himself, and 17 and 19. Number 19 on a BSA, MT Bass of Rothwell. Apparently slow, but of course he's doing the best he can with the machinery he's got. Now on the last lap at Billown, signalled from Billown. It's still Bill Smith, number 15, at Billown on lap 6. That's the last lap. Half distance gone on lap 6. The first 3 placemen are 15, Bill Smith. In second place, number 43, Gary Dickinson. And third place, number 39, John Evans from Liverpool. That's 3 Hondas. 3 Hondas way out in front. As well, of course, with this kind of machinery they should be. And we expect to receive, with the checkered flag at the finish, Bill Smith or 43, Gary Dickinson. Bill Smith who won, and here they come, and it's 15, Bill Smith, looking over his shoulder again, looking back again, taking the checkered flag, and Gary Dickinson smiling all over his face as he went through the start here. Gary Dickinson chuckling to himself, and 39 coming through, John Evans. In fourth place, number 16, Fred Curry, another Honda. And that rider who went through, number 48, Worthington from Sheffield on a Ducati, was, I think, a lap behind. And as was number 20, 11 and 46. Number 11 and 46 have finished in 5th and 6th position. Yes. A tremendous. Our hard luck number 8 is cruising in now. Number 8, F. Ball from Peterborough, a civil engineer on a BSA, just going past very slowly. Now all riders, after the leader is in, of course, on these short circuits, there's such a short space of time between. Now in 8th place, number 14, Brian Ball from St. Helens. Now all following riders, all leaders and following riders receive the checkered flag at the finish as soon as the leader is home. There's such a short space of time between the end of one race and the organization starting for the next event that all riders must be flagged off the course, and the preparations start for the 500cc event, the main event of the meeting, from which the meeting takes its name, the Southern 100 race.
Right, thank you very much indeed, Jack Quayle, for descriptions of the 125cc event. One, of course, by Bill Smith on a 125cc Honda. Second win for this meeting. Now, at this stage of affairs, we're about to close down for this evening, and I wanted to remind you that tomorrow evening at the same time, we shall be on the air with more of the Southern 100 races, particularly, of course, the 500 race from which this Southern 100 meeting gets its name. This is the senior race of the meeting, the 500, and this will be followed, of course, by the unusual and exciting sidecar event. So this is John Grierson saying thank you very much for being with us this evening between 6 and approximately 7 o'clock. Back on the air again tomorrow at 8 in the morning until 10. 12 noon till 2, and again tomorrow evening between 6 and 7 to wind up the wonderful stuff that's been going on down at the Billown Circuit near Castletown. This has been an Outside Events broadcast from Manx Radio and came to you through the kind cooperation of the organisers of the Southern 100 event and Mr. T.H. Colburn. This is Manx Radio for happy listening on 91.2 megacycles in the VHF band. Once again, with great pleasure, we're taking you down to the Billown Circuit near Castletown for the last two and the senior events in this meeting, the Southern 100 meeting for the month of July 1964. Once again, it's with the cooperation of Mr. T.H. Colburn and also the organisers of the Southern 100 Cycle Club that we're taking you down there, and reminding you that at the microphone it's Jack Quayle. Now, the two events that will be covered this afternoon are the senior event, the 500cc solo, from which the meeting gets its name, and then the sidecar event. So here we go, off to the Billown Circuit in Castletown.
The rain is fairly belting down here. 2 minutes to go to the start. The 2-minute warning board is up. And quickly on the line also, number 39, I can see Bill Fulton. On the second row, and also number 11, Alan Dugdale, motor sales manager on his Matchless, who has, Alan incidentally, is 5 TT replicas, was 5th in this event, 1963 last year. And this is unfortunate that the rain is coming down, but let's hope that before the end of this race it will clear up, and the riders are preparing themselves. All mechanics clear of the course, please. Mechanics have been warned to get clear of the course. The 1-minute board has gone up, 60 seconds to go. 1 minute. And this race, this premier event of this meeting will be started by His Excellency Sir Ronald Garvey, our governor, who's been a friend of this meeting since he came over here. And we hope will be here to start these races for many years to come.